start for Richard Shaw. He's a number 12 car.
So down towards Brooklyn, there you go. It's going to be Piastri having made that plate. Jay is under attack. Up front, watch off, but he's trying to edge away. Second is Yuri Vitz, and Christian Lundgaard is on a mission. He's bringing the gas down, but now Piastri, let's see what he can do to catch the back of Hadrick. Sportsman and Vitz go through first, we second. Not much of a gap between Lundgaard and Dragovic as they come down into Maggot. So two, got Porsche, who had a bad start to the weekend yesterday with a crash over at Luffield early on in practice, but came back well in qualifying. He's looking pretty strong in the race. He's the number 10 car in 5th place and not very far away from the two ahead of him. And now we've got gaps starting to come down as well between one or two of them as the complexion of the race changes a little bit. They get into hopefully a rhythm now. Liam Lawson has gapped Dan Dixon in a straight line, but Dan is good on the brakes coming into Stone Corner, so he brings down that deficit once more. The next one to watch is Oscar Piastri closing on number 10 Theo Pourchaire. Pourchaire in turn stuck behind Felipe Drugovich, so Theo Pourchaire for ART Grand Prix comes now through Club Corner. The leader, Robert Schwarzman, goes over the line, chased by Yuri Vitz. The gap is 8 tenths of a second between them, and Robert Schwarzman does the fastest lap of the race. Theo Pourchaire goes through in 5th, but Oscar Piastri then now in 6th place, trying to get onto the back of Pourchaire, and won't be long before he's there, I reckon. Yeah, Dan Dixon had a really good run through Farm and into Village on the brakes. He closed right up to the tail of the Red Bull liveries. Number 7 car of Liam Lawson, so those two battling away for 7th place. But Liam Lawson's a little bit quicker coming out of the loop, gets a bit more traction coming out of the Wellington straight and grows his advantage by another car length.
And the 18th survivors comes by 9.2 seconds.
They're down towards Scott's Corner, Tipton closing on Lawson and taking Armstrong with him. So this is all really for the bottom end of the point scorers, 7th, 8th and 9th. Yeah, that's the closest gap, isn't it, in terms of the top 10 at the moment. Tipton is closer in some parts of the course, pulls away in others, and so he generally looks a little bit better on the brakes, but he loses a bit of time coming out of the corners, and that's the case, I think, coming out of Chapel and onto Andy Straight. Well, Robert Schwarzman is doing a very good job up front at the moment. Yuri Vitz controlling the gap 2nd to 3rd over Christian Lundgaard. 4th is Drugovich, 5th is Pourchaire. We've had a change for 12th place on this lap because Del Rivallo has gone through at the expense of David Beckman now, as the lead has dropped down to the end of Vale. This will complete lap 8 out of the 21 or the 45 minutes, and the challenge made lower down the order there. Look, the inside line goes Willem Samaya. The leaders come over the timing line then. Another lap in the book. Schwarzman leads the way. Another fastest lap of the race. 1:43.4. Vitz second. He's now over a second adrift. Lundgaard third. Drugovich is 4th. 5th is Pourchaire. 6th is Piastri. And we're now on lap number 9.
And that's quite important for Schwarzman to make that gap because, of course, they haven't got DRS in these cars. It's the pit has come. I can't see who it is, but
I think going out is Marino Santos.
Oh, yes, Marino Santos. Well done. Yeah.
No, you're quite right. The DRS is now in 8th, so you've got to be over a second clear. There's a freight trade behind because I would offer you now Drugovich, Pourchaire and Piastri getting themselves together for 4th, 5th, 6th.
Yes, and of course the other thing about DRS is you get in a DRS train. So you've got one car up ahead which doesn't have DRS, and all those behind do have DRS.
Yeah, I would say the gap's looking steady in terms of the top 8. There was a bit of a challenge going through the loop and Angel in the previous lap in the battle for 12th, so another Red Bull livery car, James Garublu, started 12th, still 12th, but David Beckman looking a little bit quicker at some stages in the 14 car, but still both out of the points.
So Dan Tipton coming out of Stone now, down towards Club Corner once more, still chasing Liam Lawson, but not actually as close on this lap as he would need to be. The leader, Robert Schwarzman, breaks the beam. It was 11 tenths, it's come down now, 9 tenths. Yuri Vitz does the fastest lap of the race, but he's certainly well clear of Lundgaard 3rd, Drugovich 4th, 5th, Pourchaire, and then Oscar Piastri in 6th place, not actually closing. In fact, his last lap, although it was a personal best for Oscar Piastri, wasn't as quick as Pourchaire ahead of him. So just wonder whether he's now content to settle for points bearing in mind he knows he's going to start the points loaded feature race at the front of the grid. Up front though, Yuri Vips, he's certainly not settling.
And of course they reversed the first 8, I think, in this race. 10, sorry, first 10 in this race. So at the moment, Silverstone Delhi is on top of the race.
Yeah, getting his head down, he's not close enough to attack yet, but he seems to have got a pretty good run coming out through Cott, so he continues to try and close in. Dan Tixon falls away again through this part of the lap. He's much closer every time they get to Village, and for that 10th place, that reverse grid pole position for the second sprint race, his teammates playing against each other. Charles Shaw was overtaken by Liram Zendali earlier on, but he's now right on his tail, so those two in the blue and white cars, number 12 and 11, battling for a crucial 10th place, even though it's not for points.
Indeed so. We've got the cars on lap 10 out of 21, and we've got just 23 and 3/4 minutes to go as the race leaders come towards the timing line. So through comes Bartman, getting a replay of Yuri Vips having run wide a lap ago at Lapfield, but the lead gap has crept up again because Bartman responds with another fastest lap of the race. Vips second, Lundgaard is third, Lundgaard is fourth, still fifth is Porsche, Piastri is sixth. Big gap between Piastri and Lawson, but Tipton not really able to do anything about him at the moment.
No, he's quick coming out of Abbey and through Farm, and he's very good on the brakes, Tipton, on the way into the Village. He holds on to the tail of Lawson as they go through the loop, but he's coming out of the loop now through Aintree. This is where the number 7 car of Northam just starts to edge away. So those two have had a couple of good races so far this season, tied together again, but it's stalemate for now.
And more Robert Schwartz doing what he did in Azerbaijan, winning the first.
So this will bring him back into contention, particularly as Piastri's sixth, and he is going to score, Schwarzman's going to score maximum points. And of course their teammates, that's the other thing, which doesn't make it any easier for Bremer Racing.
And the team championship, which is led by Bremer Racing. Third, but it's an impressive lead now that Robert Schwartz is building up. If anything on this lap, it almost looks like Lundgaard is coming back a bit, more than Vips doing anything about Schwartzman for the race lead. Lower down the order there, they're sure closing back up onto the tail of his teammate Liram Zendali as they continue to argue over pole position for the second sprint race 2 of the 3 of the weekend. But over the timing line to put now 11 laps in the book has gone Robert Schwartzman by 1.4 seconds from Yuri Vips. In third place, Christian Lundgaard goes through. It's a huge gap between third and fourth right now. Really, the biggest break trade of all is the 7th and back, isn't it? With Lawson, then Tipton, then Armstrong, Zendali and Verschoor all in a queue.
Yeah, since if Tipton could get a little bit closer and really put an attack on Lawson, that would bring the next 3 right onto their tail. Because they're all equidistant at the moment, as quick as one another, and not quite able to get close enough to the car in front to really attack. They're going on to the way straight onto the DRS zone, but nobody's really close enough to use that benefit at the moment.
And in the gravel, out of the race, is Willem Samaya. That is at Lapfield, and that's another car on the very edge of the road. You know what I'm saying? This might be the best double way.